Hello everybody. Thank you for being patient with me. I am relatively awake. Because I had to wasn't able to go back to sleep until like 10 o'clock after the whole thing passed over me. So I woke up 5 minutes before 12 o'clock and I was woo. You know how you can be sometimes when you're just awakened in the middle of the day. Hi, Christina. And yeah, that was not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was glad that it was raining, but the fact that I woke up at a little bit after 2, I wasn't glad about, because I know that when that kind of stuff happens, and for the next few days until I manage to get myself together and get my body to accept, I'm gonna be waking up at 2 o'clock a.m. again, but hopefully I'll be able to go back to sleep. Hi, Elaine, thank you for making it. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Janine. So, do you see I've put 3 on the screen? I've put 3 different images that are clip arts of rosebuds, from the more closed to more open. And they are a bit of a different color as well, even if I'm not going to make all those little bit of purplish mixed in the red to get those type of pinks. Hi, Darla. But what I wanted to do is to make sure that we do something that most of everybody wants to do. So let's say that the first one, the second one, and the third one from the top. Which of that type of rosebud would you like to do? The first, the second, or the third? Because I've been looking at, there's not a lot of rosebud tutorials out there. There are a lot of roses. And if you remember, let me actually look for it and give you the... I have 2 tutorials about roses. One with the... yeah, I don't want to look through the lives. I want to do through the videos. One, the most known tutorial on how to make roses, or rose cane, and then one that is my own technique. The one that is the regular type, I'm going to link right now. And this is one of in my first tutorial, so remember that I didn't have a lot of up-to-date taping software and stuff. And the second one is my my own style. That is something that I came up with. So if you want to look for, so we have 2 for each, the first and the second. Anybody else wants to vote? So we can figure out what to do. I'm waiting for more votes. I should have put this in the community thing, but oh well. Oh, hi, Catherine. Hi, Randy. I know they are all beautiful. You know what? Why don't we do one today and another one next Sunday, maybe? So just, hi, Lianka. So we have more on the second one, I guess. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 for the second one. So let's do the second one for now. And then I'm gonna put a poll in the community tab. And let me see, so this one is the one that is. So let me remove this one. And hey, okay, yes, I want, yes, I do. and remove this one. Where's the remove? There it is. Okay, so let's do the second one. And I'm going to enhance it a little bit. I mean, not enhance it, make it a little bit bigger, in order to be able to figure out what's going on there. Now, for one, you see that we have a little bit of yellow pinkish at the base of the rosebud. And I'm not sure if we are going to do all these little veins that are on the tip of the petals, because especially if you reduce it a lot, those won't be noticeable. So we have a little bit of a skinner blend on the bottom petal. So essentially, more, and this one has a, okay. So let me make it small again. And we are going to choose. So I need the yellow. Let's see if I have regular yellow, or I'm gonna have to put in an order with Trish to get me some yellow. Yeah, I have sunshine yellow. And I think I'm completely out of. Yeah, I'm completely out of cadmium yellow. So we are going to use sunshine yellow. Hi, Mona. I don't know if I said hi, Sharon. Remember, my brain is slowly waking up, and I did yesterday. I had while there's this transition period, I still have sponsors until the end of August, sponsors lives. And in the middle of the live yesterday, I thought it was because of possibility of incoming grains, but no, it was a fibro flare that hit me right in the middle of my brain stopped working. Okay, let me get this into a. The bad part was that I was trying to figure out how to put a cane together, and I wasn't able. It was glaring right in my face, but I wasn't able to put it together. But you know, these things happen. And people who have chronic pain, they know how it is when, or fibro, they know how it is when that hits. Alrighty, so I have some pomegranate here. And then I have some alizarin crimson here. As I said, I'm not going to make it switched to the other type, that pink is a little bit colder than what we are going to do. So let's start measuring. Where's my square thing? Gremlins, and I mean, it's not gremlins, I'm sure it's Finnegan. Oh, no. It was here, I worked with it last evening. There we go. So, this is the 1.5 inch square cutter. And just to make sure that it is. So I'm going to make a few parts of it, because we are going to need several things to make those skinner blends. And let me get this back on. And the clay is on the thickest setting. So I'm going to just cut myself a few of these. One of them is going to be used for mixes. One or maybe even two of them. All right, so for one of the mixes, I need, let me cut these because I'm going to need only a little bit of each of these things. Let me get this half. And I'm going to get out of this a quarter. So what I did, I just cut a good thing, and I'm going to cut a quarter out of it. So we have, this would be one part, this would be half a part. And then out of this, I'm going to cut a half to start with, but we'll see how much I need. So I don't want to get it too big because my, oh no, the barometer is okay. But okay, in order to do the, so I'm doing the two outermost petals, the ones that have a little yellow. Let me actually open that on the screen for myself as well. All right. So the one on the right has, on the right, so the outer petal on the right has on the underneath, it kind of has a three tone. So let me make one pink to start with, and I am going to get actually 1/8. No, I'm gonna get 1/16 because I don't want to go too far. And I'm going to get 1/32, 30 seconds, however you can name it. You name it. I'm still, my brain is still not fully awake. No, 1/64 of a part. So I cut it in quarters, then each quarter in quarters, then one of those quarters in half. So this will be my first mix. And then my second mix will be 1/8. So one part white, 1/8 red, 1/32 alizarin crimson. On this one I put again half of a quarter, okay, and then this is a quarter. No, this is an 1/8. However, this is a half of a quarter, okay. So I have half of a quarter and half of a quarter, and this is a quarter of a quarter and half of a quarter of a quarter. If that makes sense, but you get it. So I'm going to make these mixes real quick. And if you want, because these were supposed to be already made, really, but because my time to make them was spent sleeping. And if you wonder why I didn't do that while I was awake and unable to sleep, because I wasn't awake, sleepy, and unable to sleep. Because I tried sleeping, but it was like every few minutes I would be woken up by thunder. So sleeping didn't work that good. Oh, I am glad I'm functional right now. Okay, so I will put in comments after this is all over and gets put up for replay. I will put in comments again the combinations, the color mixes, so it wouldn't be that hard for you ladies to make them. Because I didn't make these combinations before, so this is my guess of what colors will come up. So we might have to tweak a little bit, but we'll see. We shall see how that works. I might need a little bit more yellow, but we'll see in a second. Probably with cadmium yellow, this will be perfect. I don't know with the sunshine yellow how good it is. Let me get into the machine. See if this is, it's a beautiful salmon pink. I'll see if this is the right color after I see it near this one. So in the meantime, if anybody was in the path of Debbie, I hope you didn't get any kind of bad stuff happening. No, that storm went straight for Arkansas. Let me check where it is right now. And it's not as bad as it was here, but and the flood is not as bad anymore. I was under flash flood watch and flash flood warning, so it was something pretty. Okay, let me go to the machine. Okay, I think I am good. So let me look at it again. Where's my thing? There's my thing. Yeah, that's good. That is really good. Okay, so if I go with this. This should be okay. But I'm going to do a thing to it. I'm going to put another quarter of yellow, because as I said, if it were cadmium yellow, it would be stronger. So this is for the outer right petal. We will have 1, 2, 3, so 1. Yeah, we'll have about 4 or 5 of these to make. So promise I'm going to be up and about. Right now, all I did was just to simply, you know, fold and go through the machine. Now I'm going to make another fan, and this time I'm going to go with the rolling so it can get more diffuse and prettier. And careful with the bubbles, because I told you this method with the rolling does make things faster, but you have to really pay attention to air bubbles, air pockets, because you'll get that with the rolling. Always pay attention to the ends, because they'll have the tendency to go like this. And then it will be very important to note how you shape this, because it's going to have a specific shape. It's not going to be exactly and perfectly the way that we normally do a plug. But I think enough. I need one more roll beside this one, and then it should be okay. See the bubble? And last row. I'm going to directly create my plug, and the way I'm going to create it is like this. So I'm going directly from the roll to this acrylic thing. It's kinda sorta like a triangle, but kinda sorta. So you want the one side of the triangle to have most of this red, and the top of the triangle, one of the angles of the triangle, to be kinda between the demarcation line between the more yellowish pink and the pinkish pink. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, so this is one part. I probably should make it much smaller. I mean, more in height than, because otherwise I'm gonna end up with a cane this big. But one thing I'm going to do is, and there's another reason why I want to have this taller, is because I'm going to use part of it. So I'm going for the so-called triangle, which is not going to end up exactly like this, but it's easier for purposes of reducing. Okay, so now I have, let me see, what's the length? I need to bring it to 2. I am so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better. Yeah, I'm making a rosebud, because I noticed there aren't many rosebuds things. All right, let me. Okay, so I have right now almost 2.5, and I'm going to cut 1 inch. Let me actually cut this part. And then I'm going to cut 1 inch pretty much, leaving a 2.5. This will be for the outer petal. Now, what I'm going to do with this, let me put this where it belongs. So I'm going to go for the right outer petal, the left outer petal. Hi, Francis. And on the left outer petal, what I have is actually kind of sort of the same thing, but so I'm going to get this back into a roundish, not roundish, but something that can be rolled into a Skinner blend. And then I'm going to add 1/4 of white, because if you notice, the right outer is lighter than the left outer is lighter than the right outer petal. Okay, so I'm going to add this, and then I think I'm going to go directly with the rolling, because it goes faster. And it's going to be again a little bit of an unusual type of plug, kind of the same way as we did for this one. So I should get something similar to this one, but a tad lighter. So I might have to add more white. We'll see here in a second. I wasn't sure if I wanted a quarter or a full half of white. Yeah, I want the other. So we are adding a half part white. So, because it's not light enough. And you add that on the whole of thank you, on the whole of the Skinner blend, not just, let me, not like you don't have the full view. So this should end up being like in the photo. So these are, when I told you, whenever you want to do flowers, the best thing to do is to do a Google search for that respective flower, but add clip art at the end, like let me show you. Like, see, I searched here Rosebud clip art. Why is that? Because you will get, depending, if you're more of a beginner, look for simpler clip arts like this one, because it's easier to figure out. The ones that, like, something like this would be hard to do for a beginner. So you look for something that is easier to do. To be very honest, I wanted to do this, but I think it would get way too long for a live. Maybe I'll do it separately. But clip arts are the best for you to figure out how to create the flower. See, this is the red one. How to create the flower. So whenever you want to do a specific type of rose, so let's say if I go lily clip art, see, it's much easier to figure out how to make your cane. For example, this one would be perfect for making a cane. So that's the whole idea. Look for a clip art, and that will be easier for you to figure out exactly what type of colors look for. If, again, if you're not very versed into making color mixes, look on my Pinterest, and you can see my Pinterest if you go on my channel page on YouTube and scroll in the about, scroll down, and you'll find pretty much all my presents online. And yes, I do have a Pinterest page, and in that Pinterest page I have a lot of color recipes. And I did separate them. I mean, you'll see there are lists and yellows, reds, and so on and so forth, and the general list with everything. And that way you can look at what color is on the clip art and then look in my recipes. Okay, let me show you how you find my... Alrighty. So... let me see, you go on my website, on my channel, and then you cannot, they removed the about. They removed the about. No, that's my website. That's not where I wanted to go. I'm gonna have to put my stuff on my website. Give me a second, let me see if I have the clip art on my Facebook page. No, I do not. Oh, let me see if it shows here. There. So you just click. So you just click here on more. This is where they put the about. So you have here my Pinterest, and see red color mixes, general color mixes, purple color mixes, green color mixes, blue color mixes. I don't want to sign in. Leave me alone. So you can check these, for example, in the red color mixes. You can see they are from all over the place, from Polyform, from Cater's Acres, all kinds, and they tell you exactly what you need to obtain those specific colors. So something that would be similar to what we are doing right now would be this, for example, from Sculpey. There's a lot of color recipes on Sculpey. But as you can see, there's all kinds of colors and things. And this one, for example, is from Sculpey, but this one is made with pearlescence. Anyway, you get the whole idea and how to look for where the stuff that I have is. So let's get back to this. A color wheel. Well, you can find the color wheel on YouTube easily, and most of the brands of clay, they do have recipes. I know Fimo has, and I think I need two more rolls, and then I should be done with this too. Now, I'm not going to get into super big detail for this specific cane, because it would probably take 2 hours, and I don't think I can last 2 hours. So, okay, so now we are going to make again the shape. Let me bring my thing here to make sure that I do the proper. So we are going to have, I'm going to still make kind of sort of a triangle, but it's going to be one tip on the pink end, one tip on the yellowish end, and one tip kind of like in the middle of them. So, and I'm just making them as triangles right now because it's easier to reduce for the moment. So this shape is temporary. And what I want to do is to bring it to the same length as this one, even if it's going to be a little bit smaller. I might have to cut a bit out of it. But for now, there's that. It's going to work like this. So we have two of the combinations here. Now let's move to the petals that are, first of all, these big petals that shows right in the middle. This one shouldn't be that hard. It's a pretty big petal. So I'm going to use 1.5 parts. And I'm going to make a string of red, a very thin string of red. Even thinner than this. So you saw I took one of the half a quarter thingies. Then I'm going to get like, this would have been a half. So if I would cut this in two, a quarter of a quarter in two, I would be using one of those halves here. And then I'm going to give again cut this in two, and so the alizarin crimson, so this will be my main thing. Fan it out a little bit. I know it's a messy way of doing. Well, you'll have to watch again when it's replayed to see the exact proportions. Alrighty, so again, rolling. I'm going to need probably 5 or 6 of these rollings. So the colors that I'm using are white, pomegranate, alizarin crimson, and sunshine yellow. If you have cadmium yellow, with use half of the amounts that I use here for sunshine yellow, if you don't have sunshine yellow. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you so much. Not everything. Sometimes I mess up. I am just a regular human. Sometimes I mess up big time. It's just most of the time you only see when I mess up in lives, because I'm not gonna put mess ups in uploaded videos. The way that I make my videos and my things, I work things in my mind. I kind of figure out how it should look, and I go from there. But sometimes it doesn't come out the way I thought it would, so oh well. You know what? I'm going to make as much as I can of this. And then next Sunday, let's make a full rose with this, so we can put them together. I can show you how to put them together. And I'm going to use a little trick on this. Let me put this to the side because I keep bumping into them. On this one, we are going to use a trick. And you see how I'm trying to keep it more on the narrowish side. So a few more. Let's see, 1 or 2 more are needed. I need to get rid of this line here. I don't want that line there. But if it's more of a shadow than a petal color. You know what, I think I need to stack, to fold and to get rid of that line, that specific line. I'm going to stack it. Now I got rid of it. Almost, kind of, sort of. Let's do the little roll. No, I still have it. Darn it. But at least I got it more drawn in. So thank you, Francis. I am sorry, this one is giving me a bad time. I'm going to just do this a little bit by hand. Try and get rid of that line. Should be okay. I'm gonna use a trick here. But now that we are starting this, I'm going to show you how to use that trick. And it's going to be, I'm going to do it in a square. What the heck is this so hot in here? But I'm going to try and do those veins. So I'm going to, so you see it's from one corner of the pink to one corner of the yellowish. And make sure it stays that way. And then going to do this. Oh, my clay is so soft right now that I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it together today, because it's just overworked. Grab like this. And again, try not to have it too squeezed out by the cutting. And now what I'm going to do, you're going to say, yeah, but what if I don't have that? If you don't have that, just put a pinch of red clay in clay softener and squeeze it very many times. I'm going to use a pinch of red liquid. This doesn't look very red. Hold on a second. This is all clay conditioner that's squeezing out. And by the way, I want to thank thank you, Elaine. I want to thank all the new members who have subscribed for membership. Okay, so this would be the cut that I made. It would be like this. So the longest vein is on between these two things. So I'm going to put this here, kind of, sort of, but not all the way to the top. And you want to blot a bit because you don't want it to be too strong. And the other two, they are more towards the end. And again, blot a bit. You can try using alcohol inks, but it's going to dry out the clay a little bit. And then this one too, more on this end. And blot a bit. I can throw this away. And we put the last one in. So this is what we get. And you'll have to let it sit for a little bit for that liquid clay to kind of permeate the rest of the clay. In the meantime, I am going to make, which of these? Get this. Get my white. I have more white. Alrighty, and I'm going to cut two more, just one more for now. I need more than one. So we are going to make the petals that are, so this part of the petals, all right? So for one spot, two spots, three spots, it's going to only need the line or something like that. So let me see. Oh, her shop. Elaine sells at the venue. Yeah, the alcohol inks, they work coloring the clay, but it's preferable to use them only in the whatchamacallit, in translucent. And you'll have to add a little bit of conditioner because they have the tendency to dry up the clay. Any alcohol put on top of the clay will dry it up. This is why they are used in so many crackle techniques. Okay, so we will need a little bit more. So let me see. I'm going to use half, and actually I'm gonna put it like this. And I'm going to use a little bit of the yellowish just to get a pretty pink. So again, a string that would be about 1 millimeter thick, and make it to go through the whole thing. And I'll do a few fold and roll. Now fan it and do again the fold and roll. I might need a pinch of that alizarin crimson too. We'll see here in a second. Fan again, and now we are going to go with the rolling. I might have to make another one of these, I don't know. Yeah, so she has that, and she spreads the word about me. I haven't video chatted a few times with her when she was there, and she introduced me to some of her coworkers or customers. Elaine is a wonderful lady and a pleasure to talk to. No, don't you go calling her all the time. She's got work to do. Yes, I do need a pinch of alizarin. So again, I'm going to make a super thin, super duper thin. Remember, about 1 millimeter. And we are going to roll in this. I'm gonna need 5 rolls for this. And yes, I know that I have this white, but it's with a purpose. This white has a purpose there. You'll see here in a minute why I'm letting it be. Actually, I think I need only one more thing. One more of these, and I should be good. So this is for the folded over petal on the bottom left. Okay, and I messed up here. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to consolidate this in a plug. And I do have a little bubble here. And I'm going to cut the white end of the plug just where it gets into a little bit darker pink. And I have my thin one here. I don't know, I didn't use it. And then going to flatten this way so that I get pink white, and this should be enough. Shh. I'm flattening this so it can get, Finnegan wants something. He's wailing. And let me get the thin one. So you want this one that's a little, the end of the, sorry, the end of the pink, the whiter pink that was here. You want this about half the width of this one. And then gently want that this kind of flattened out like this. And you want to cut this in very thin slicing. You only need a few, you don't need a lot of them. Hey, stay there. So I got 4, that should be enough. And just make sure that they are properly I have extras here. One. Another one. This is so you want, essentially you want very thin lines. Two. Three. Shh. I know, but I'm busy. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's here squeaking. All right, and one more. Why people who are accident prone, be careful. Because of Finnegan? Okay, so I need 4 cuts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. One. Two. 3. 4. Aye. in there. Okay, now I'm done with those little lines. Oh, no, he wants something. He doesn't want his mommy. Or he might want his mommy in the sense that, oh my God, you're there and you don't pay attention to me. You know. Okay, so this will be the outer petal. So let me just cut this. I'm starting to hurt. So we're gonna continue this next Sunday. In the meantime, you'll be able to have these, and because we need to manipulate them, they will be nice and warm for the rest. And I will have the other mixes ready in the hope that we don't have another. But see, this will be the both for the bottom and the top. And I might actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make these lines even thinner, I'm going to cut and stack. So you cut and you stack them laterally so that when you reduce, those lines will be even thinner. And you can do that one more time. I wouldn't be able to put these together anyway, they are way too soft. But for next Sunday I'll have all these things ready, so you won't have to wait for me to do this. But you know, I'm sorry, and you know that if I sit on a chair without moving for longer than an hour, I start hurting, because those muscles in my back cannot compensate for the lack of that muscle that they used to do my breast reconstruction. Okay, so I did it like this. So now we have a very fine, I'm going to do a close-up so you can see how fine those lines are. Okay, let me give it a cut here. And you're going to have to do this one with this quantity that I made here. You're going to have to do this 2 more times, so twice this. And let me refocus so you can see how fine the lines are. See, that's just to imitate the lines. That will be on the, so it will be pretty much the upper, it will be reduced like this and elongated on this side. To do the upper one, it would be reduced like this and elongated, and a little bit for the bottom one, and then reduce like this, elongated, and then with a little indent here where, let me see which of them is going in. This one will have a little triangular thing that's going to be the bottom and the. Now, if I have time and anything, I'll log in sometime in the afternoon during the week. But so that people who go to work will still be able to watch. But that's not a promise, because you know I'm working on not just putting in the videos from my website and from my store, but also changing the status of the former sponsor lives so that new members can have access to all those, and there's a lot of them. As I said, they are way more than 300 altogether, and it takes a while for me to go into each one and change the visibility status. And I mean, if you put just, let me see, 3 minutes per video times 3 makes 1,000 minutes. 1,000 minutes is over 10 hours. So I cannot just be sitting here and doing it all the time. So that's why I put the end of this whole transition, end of August. So we have this for now. If you are making them before the next Sunday, the best way to work with them is just wrap them in in cling wrap. Now be careful, be very, very careful, because this is something that I wanted to say before. Yes, I'll grab him. Don't use different cling wraps. Different brands have different things, and some of them do get affected by the polymer clay. So for this, use Glad. Don't use another one. Okay, now give me just a second. Yes, come here. I need to kiss you. I need to kiss you. I need to kiss you. No. Okay. Hey, you're an idiot. Sorry, I had to grab him. Give me just a second here. I'm going to make this one larger. There we go. This is the Finnegan. This is the Finnegan. This is the Finnegan, yes. You need to look at the camera. You are precious. You are precious. Look at all his belly. All his belly. Yes. He's got the most beautiful legs. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's so precious. This is the Finnegan. Yes. We need to... What is this? Where did you get this? He loves to have the top of his head kissed. That's why he's doing this. Okay. So if I don't see you during the week, I shall see you next Sunday, and we will work on this. And remember, just wrap this in cling wrap and they will be fine, because we will manipulate them a little bit to get them ready. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful week. And let's hope we don't have any more weather situations and I can sleep. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for being here with me.